This is AIBC-TV, factual, focused, transparent, and just, covering the Middle East and beyond, based in Jerusalem. This is AIBC-TV.
Hello, I'm Tom Weiss. This is AIBC-TV News. Breaking story at this hour on the Iranian front. The United States said it has serious concerns that Iran is deliberately trying at a minimum to preserve a nuclear weapons option. Glenn Davies, Washington's chief envoy to the International Atomic Energy Agency, also warned that the latest report by the nuclear watchdog shows that Tehran is either very near to or already in possession of enough low-enriched uranium to produce one nuclear weapon, if the decision were made to further enrich it to weapons grade. This ongoing enrichment activity moves Iran closer to a dangerous and destabilizing possible breakout capacity, Davis told the agency's 35-nation Board of Governors. The latest agency report reveals that Iran now has a minimum of 1,430 kilograms of low-enriched uranium hexafluoride. Iran insists its program is peaceful and is aimed at generating electricity, but the United States and major allies contend that the Islamic Republic is covertly trying to build a bomb. U.S. President Barack Obama and European allies have given Iran until the end of September to accept their offer of nuclear talks with 6 world powers, as well as trade incentives, should it suspend uranium enrichment activities. If not, Iran could face harsher punitive sanctions. On Monday, Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad said his country will neither halt uranium enrichment nor negotiate over its nuclear rights, but that it is ready to sit down and talk with world powers over global challenges. Last night, Israeli President Shimon Peres held his annual breakfast after the Muslim holidays Ramadan daily fast, with imams, Muslim leaders, ambassadors from around the world, diplomats, rabbis, and other Israeli government officials. His message was Ramadan Kareem, great respect for each other, peace, prosperity, and the ability to work together even more so to make this Israel, this region, this world a better place in the year to come. Today, September 9th, marks the 6th anniversary of the murder of Dr. David and his daughter Nava Applebaum at Cafe Hillel on Emek Rephaim Street in Jerusalem. It may have marked the worst of the stories of the Second Intifada Palestinian uprising known in Israel as the Mutsav, as a suicide bomber walked into the coffee house the night before Nava's wedding. Her father, Dr. David, just returned from Shara Chesed Hospital, where he was the lead doctor, bringing emergency medicine to Israel from the United States 20 years earlier. They were having a final Daddy David-daughter time before she went under the chuppah the following day. Instead, the Katan, her fiancé, put the ring on her coffin. In January, her sister Shana got married using Nava's wedding dress as the chuppah, and I must tell you, it was the most emotional wedding that I've ever attended. Close, I would say, to being on Mount Sinai, as you can imagine. Today, Nava's wedding dress covers the holy closet of the Torah, the Aron HaKodesh, at Hever Rachel, from the Bible, Mother Rachel's tomb, which is accompanied by the words, her children will return to her borders, the land of Israel. On October 13th, Nava Belsberg, a dear friend of Nava and the Applebaums, whose family created the One Family Fund, helping the victims of terrorism of Israel, will also use Nava's dress as her chuppah, her wedding canopy. After national service, where in her first year she worked with kids from broken homes in Hadera, her second year at Zikron Menachem, where her sister Tovi is actually working today in national service, helping the kids that have cancer, Nava Applebaum was planning on studying biology and genetics, determined to find the cure for cancer, telling everyone that the cure lies in the study of genetics. Dr. David Nava Applebaum will be remembered forever. Well, Prime Minister Olmert is sitting before a commission today. What happened to the people that were evacuated 4 years ago from Gush Katif in Gaza? Now the ambassadors report, and we bring in our friend David Weitzman, the executive director of Geisen Television. Welcome. So much going on in the world as we're talking about, including Gilad Shalit, as we were just talking about Gaza, almost 1,200 days in captivity. Geisen TV, breath of fresh air as far as really delivering the news of the Middle East. What is Geisen TV? Where did they come from? What's the background?
Well, the background is very clear. First of all, Tommy, thank you very much for your invitation. Geisen TV started its operation 12 years ago as a website dedicated to Israel and news in the Middle East. And actually 2 years ago we launched the TV channel. The TV channel dedicated to Jerusalem and the Middle East, and we broadcast our signal in Europe right now and also in Israel.
And stories that really go deep inside of the Middle East like never before, as far as real factual coverage.
Well, we cover actually Israel, and we have correspondents all over the Middle East, and also we have correspondents in Europe right now. Hopefully we'll be having correspondents in the States and all over the world. Today something like 50 people work here, and we produce 7 hours of fresh news a day, which is, after 2 years operation, in our opinion, a must almost.
And now something very exciting, AIBC-TV has the opportunity. Geisen has made the decision that it's extremely important to be able to broadcast to the world in English, because
yes,
that is
course.
the economic language, the language that the world...
The whole idea, well, first of all, we decided to broadcast in French since the operation started in French, and since there's a huge lack in French-speaking countries about the Middle East, so we wanted actually to face it. And but we know that if we want to be understood and listened by most people as possible, we need to broadcast an operation in English as well. And I think this is going to be the case of AIBC, the project you're leading, Tom.
And what's so exciting about modern technology today is we're not just talking at the beginning stages, regions of the United States, all of North America. The inside story is we're talking about South Africa, Australia, China, 1.4 billion people. India
as well.
It's incredible stuff, because economically, and the people that are in high tech and advanced, their lives and the lives of their people, the leaders, now have the opportunity to go inside and see the stories based out of Jerusalem throughout the Middle East.
Well, what we want to do here through Geisen, or this English project, we want actually to understand to the world that it is possible to have a voice, a moderate voice, coming from the Middle East. This is not the case. Our competitors, other channels here in Jerusalem, sometimes or often actually don't describe facts as we can notice them on the ground. So the whole idea is to report in an honest way, but with a moderate tone. The whole idea is to live, as Mr. Perez said yesterday, in common shalom, and we're trying to pave the way of this peaceful region. That could be peaceful, actually.
Because as you get to greater awareness of the facts on the ground, you're looking for a just society, and with that it opens the eyes of the world, because it's sitting right there in New York City, or in California, or in Sydney, Australia, or in downtown Beirut, for that matter, where people have the opportunity to really see themselves on camera and say, we want to personify ourselves the best that we possibly can, articulately, educated, make this world a better place to be for all of us.
That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do.
Very good. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that, David, Nefesh B'Nefesh, an organization that works now along with the Jewish Agency, they came in probably about 7 years ago. And in doing so, they just brought another 204 people on board, going over 3,000, an all-time record for the summer between America, Canada, and England. That's unbelievable. And that's just the summer. They're looking at almost 4,000 people for the year itself, which is really something. Very, very special, because as more people come from France with the organization AMI,
absolutely,
or from England under Gordon Brown, who's very excited and enjoys Israel very much in his time here, meeting Olmert at his first time when he was an economics minister. It's an opportunity to really allow people to come back here and to make a tremendous difference, as we were talking about, of a choice of Aliyah, of a responsibility of Aliyah, and then to have the ability to step in to television efforts or to high-tech fields, to be doctors and lawyers, and really bring the Middle East up all the way along, particularly right out of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv.
I agree totally with you. I think that, of course, the immigrants from France and the United States actually really want to participate to the Israeli life and to the Middle East lives with with values, with wonderful values that are coming from the States in terms of democracy, of republic, and